Happy Monday. Monday morning quarterback 197 coming at you tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing these every single week, so we hope you are enjoying them and getting something out of them. Please share them with your friends as we do these to try to share just a little bit of the knowledge that we've gained over the years with everybody to help make their racing experience a little more enjoyable. Usually we start these with a question that came in. And one of the questions that has came in recently was, when we're talking about high speed versus low speed on a shock, what exactly are we talking about? We actually did a whole Monday morning quarterback video on this. Who knows what episode number it was, 120 maybe, I don't know, somewhere in there. Jack will put a link to it in there in this video, but we did a whole segment on it, and the quick synopsis of that answer is your shock moves at a varying velocities as it goes around the racetrack. Sometimes it's moving slow, sometimes it's moving fast, and the faster the movement is, usually 6, 7, 8 inches per second on out, those are what we would identify as a high speed part of the shock, where your low speed is your 0, 1, 2. A lot of people will say, well, why is it important? The shock's usually moving faster than 1 inch per second. The important thing to remember is it crosses back over that 1 inch per second very, very often. As the shock is going in compression, before it goes to rebound, it has to come to a stop and then go the other way. So you're passing back through those low speed numbers a lot, and that's typically what the driver feels. So good question. Again, Jack will put a link. We did a whole episode on that where we kind of dive deep into high speed versus low speed there. So, but tonight's video is blocking the race car. We had some questions, probably from more like quarter midget folks or micro folks that their chassis manufacturer didn't recommend blocking, and maybe now they're going midget and sprint car racing where everybody blocks a race car. So we just did a quick little video on how we block the race car. And the important thing to remember when you're watching this video is you may do it slightly different than me, and that's 100% okay, as long as you do it the same every time is the important thing. But if you want to see how I do it, stay logged in here and watch this video real quick. All right, we've got a couple questions on the proper way to block your car. Most sprint car midget guys, they're very accustomed to it, but somebody like coming out of quarter midgets where everything was set off of ride heights, even some of the micro manufacturers will just tell you get to this ride height and they don't recommend blocking. Even in our quarter midget racing, like blocking was always a good way to get you really close. And so what that means is you're gonna set a certain height block under your axle and jack the car up, and then set your either coil spring or your torsion stop bolt to a certain tension, and that's going to get you a rough baseline for ride height. So for example, on a D1 micro, 2-inch blocks here in the front, and you want to get the jack underneath the chassis. So the front axle will come up, tires are off the ground, and your the axle is sitting nice and even on this block. Sometimes as you jack it up, that block wants to slide, so these are nice magnetic blocks from Joe's. So just make sure that under both sides of the axle, the block is under there nice and square. I know somebody who is very particular is going to say it's actually sitting on a piece of carbon on top of the frame rail. That's okay, we're not racing Formula 1 cars. That 40 thousandths piece of carbon isn't gonna do much. And we're doing it the same every single week. So, once we are on the block, we'll break the bolt loose, back our adjuster bolt off, and then this part is up to the end user, but as long as you do it the same every week, you're gonna be fine. I would screw that bolt with your jam nut backed off till it gets tight, and then I just spin it just till I can't turn it anymore, right? I'm not using any leverage, just the top, just so I can't turn it. And then that would be what we would call the home position, or 0 turns. So as we're on the left front of the car, we're setting the torsion bar for the right front, and so we're going to start with 0 turns. We're gonna go just till there's a little bit of tension there and jam it up, and that is 0 turns. And you'll do the same thing on all the other corners of your car. Not necessarily starting with 0 turns, but getting to what your chassis manufacturer recommends. So on this D1, it's 1.5 in the left front, 0 in the right front. So I'll go to the other side and I'll put a turn and a half of the right front or the left front and show you what that looks like. So we walked around to the right side of the car to adjust the torsion stop for the left front, and we put 1.5 turns in, and that's our baseline setting. All right, so now you know my secret, how I block the race car. I think it's pretty common the way I do it. But again, if you do it slightly different, that's okay, as long as you do it the same every single week. So please ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow that, and we'll see you back here next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.